What's up, guys? This is Chris from DraftDashboard.com. Here are my DFS picks for NBA Tuesday, March 5th. These picks apply for DraftKings and FanDuel. Before I get started, please drop a like on this video and hit that red subscribe button and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our new videos. In this video, I'm going to go over my top picks for today's NBA slate. And if you stick around to the very end of this video, we'll use the Draft Dashboard tools to make a DFS lineup using the picks we just made. Okay, let's take a look at the point guard position. I like Ben Simmons from the Philadelphia 76ers playing the Orlando Magic, who have the 6th best defense overall, but they're only middle of the pack defending opposing point guards. Ben Simmons has scored 65, 53, and 36 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 43.7 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 34 minutes per game with a 22% usage rate. Ben Simmons is $8,400 DraftKings salary. He's $1,500 more on FanDuel, so you know I love that DraftKings price. Projected at 48.1 fantasy points here tonight, that's 5.7 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game, no Joel Embiid. That means more usage, more minutes, and more fantasy points to go around. So I love Ben Simmons here versus the Orlando Magic. Remember, we added projected ownership, and that will be updating throughout the day as injury news changes. We also added the fantasy points per minute stat here for each player, and we also added a stat that's new to the industry. We call it the hit percentage, and it's the percent chance this player has to hit value at his current DFS salary. And you can access all these new stats even on mobile devices by tapping the dash rank icon. Okay, who do we have at the shooting guard position? I like Dennis Schroeder from the Oklahoma City Thunder playing the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're also middle-of-the-pack defending opposing shooting guards. Dennis Schroeder has scored 48, 30, and 27 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 28.1 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 29 minutes per game with a 25% usage rate. Dennis Schroeder is $5,500 DraftKings salary. He's $100 more on FanDuel, so I like the price on both sites. Dennis Schroeder is projected at 25.7 fantasy points here tonight. He's going to need about 28 fantasy points to hit 5 times value. Paul George is still out, and you can see Dennis Schroeder has been playing heavy minutes, 31 to 40 minutes a game, scoring 30 to 48 fantasy points per game. He hits value 60% of the time at this price. So I love Dennis Schroeder here versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Real quick, guys, I got great news. For a limited time, we're offering a full 30-day trial to Draft Dashboard. You can try all of our DFS tools for all sports. You can try the Position Optimizer, where you can see the top players ranked for each position. And we added a new Player Trends tool, where you can see the top salary differences between FanDuel and DraftKings. It's a really good tool to help you pick out value for the site that you're playing on. Oh, and if you're tired of doing research every day, we just added a cheat sheet that shows hand-picked plays for the slate. No confusing stat lines, no headaches, just a simple cheat sheet that shows the absolute best players for your lineups. Okay, who do we have at the small forward position? I like Andrew Wiggins from the Minnesota Timberwolves playing the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they're also middle-of-the-pack defending opposing small forwards. Andrew Wiggins has scored 21, 23, and 31 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 30.5 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 35 minutes per game with a 24% usage rate. Andrew Wiggins is $5,700 DraftKings salary. He's $700 more on FanDuel, projected at 29.2 fantasy points here tonight. That's over 5 times value. This is a home game, a fast-paced game. I like the low price on Andrew Wiggins because of his poor performances the last 2 games. Ownership will probably be low as well. So I love Andrew Wiggins versus a fast-paced Oklahoma City Thunder. Before I continue with the picks, I'm excited today because we added a new contest for everyone watching. If you want to enter the drawing for $100 PayPal, all you need to do is like this video, hit that subscribe button, and make a quick comment below to be entered into the drawing. We'll reply to a random comment and let you know that you won, and then we'll send you $100 PayPal. So it's that easy, and we pick a new winner every Saturday and announce them in our video. So get your comment in now so I can add another entry for you. Okay, let's take a look at the power forward position. I like Tobias Harris from the Philadelphia 76ers playing the Orlando Magic, who have the 6th best defense overall, but they're only middle of the pack defending opposing power forwards. Tobias Harris has scored 35, 49, and 52 fantasy points in the last 3 games, averaging 37.7 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 35 minutes per game with a 23% usage rate. Tobias Harris is $7,400 DraftKings salary. He's $600 more on FanDuel, projected at 41.1 fantasy points here tonight. That's 5.5 times value. With no Joel Embiid, Tobias Harris is playing heavy minutes, almost 40 minutes a night, so I love Tobias Harris versus the Orlando Magic. Okay, moving on to the center position. I like Nikolai Vucevic from the Orlando Magic playing the Philadelphia 76ers, who have a middle-of-the-pack defense overall, and they give up the 11th most fantasy points to opposing centers. Nikolai Vucevic has scored 61, 48, and 44 fantasy points in his last 3 games, averaging 46.8 fantasy points per game on the season in an average of 31 minutes per game with a 28% usage rate. Nikolai Vucevic is $9,200 DraftKings salary. He's $1,300 more on FanDuel. This projection is a little low. I see Vucevic with at least 45 fantasy points here tonight, which should be right around 5 times value. This is a fast-paced game. There's no Joel Embiid. Vooch should have his way. I love Nikolai Vucevic here versus the Philadelphia 76ers. If you want to try all these daily fantasy tools for yourself, click the link in the description below this video or just go to draftdashboard.com. You can use our DFS lineup optimizer to build quality lineups using our picks and your own custom player pool. Click the link in the description below this video and try all these daily fantasy tools right now. Thanks so much for watching. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that bell icon so you can get instant updates whenever we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please smiggity smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Oh, and please comment below with your favorite player for this NBA slate. I love to hear what you guys have to think. Thanks again, and good luck.